This is the weather forecast video for Wednesday, December 21st, 2011. Let's take a look at the satellite image from last evening. You can see the storm system is now off to our east, producing some rain in the Ohio and Tennessee Valley down into Texas, with some more cloudiness from the northern parts of Minnesota through Montana and North Dakota. Here's the watch warning map from just before midnight. You can see winter weather advisories, winter storm watches and warnings from New Mexico northward into Montana, Wyoming, and Colorado. Dense fog advisory over Missouri and Illinois. Otherwise, the rest of the nation is fairly quiet. QPF chart, precipitation over the next 5 days through Christmas evening at 6 o'clock shows the heaviest amounts of rain will be from Houston northeastward into the mid-Atlantic and northeast, with some heavy rain in and around Chattanooga and Huntsville. Let's take a look at the 0Z GFS Model Run at 6 p.m. this evening. You can see some energy over the Rockies with some snow there, and the energy with the storm system off to our east. The surface shows the rain and a little bit of snow off to our east. The snow over Montana, Wyoming, and Colorado with the winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings there. While here, seeing fairly quiet. A little bit noisier on Thursday with a few flurries. Nothing much is expected to be of that, with the main precipitation well off to our south and east, and some snow well off to our south, which continues to dive southward into New Mexico and Texas on Friday, with a little bit of snow up over the western Great Lakes, especially Lake Superior. Saturday, Christmas Eve, looks to remain fairly seasonal. Highs upper 20s to mid 30s across the state, with fairly dry conditions across the country for that matter. Christmas Day looks to be a bit warmer. Temperatures with some southwesterly winds into the 30s, possibly well into the 30s, maybe even a 40 possible, with the main precipitation far away. That continues into the day after Christmas, the 26th, with a bit of a cool down with a front that moves through that will go through dry, maybe a few clouds at best. A flurry, We head into Tuesday of next week. Some snow west of us, some snow over the Great Lakes. Otherwise here, looks seasonal once again, with highs a few degrees around freezing. We head to a week from today, the 28th. The flow still is west to east across the country, with most of the air coming from the Pacific, and that means no Arctic weather, and in all aspects, quick-moving systems that bring little, if any, moisture. Be a snowstorm west of us that could root some snow over Wyoming, Idaho, and the Nebraska Panhandle. We head to New Year's Day, January 1st. Bit of a ridge developing over the plains and Rockies, with a fairly decent trough over New England and eastern Canada. And that could be fairly warm to begin the year, maybe 30s to lower 40s once more, with some lake effect snow over the Great Lakes and a new system, fairly powerful, moving into western Canada and the Pacific Northwest. We head further into the month, the 3rd. Here comes the Arctic weather, and this could be a fairly decent Arctic outbreak if this pans out, with a 1040 millibar high near Yellowstone National Park. And at the end of the forecast on January the 5th, here's an upper level feature that develops from the Arctic push, and it's fairly large and takes up most of the eastern part of the country, and that could mean some snow. It could be moderate at times if this pans out over the Great Lakes and into the northeast, while here it looks to just remain cold and cloudy, with maybe a few flurries over the east. Thank you for tuning in to the weather forecast video. We'll have another one tomorrow.